Greetings from Antarctica, and hi again. The 6th grade students from St. John Catholic School asked me a question. They wanted to know about wind chill and what I will do to protect myself from it. So to help answer this question, let's do a little experiment. But there are 2 things we need to get before we start: hand sanitizer and paper napkins. So if you want to do this experiment with me, let's pause here for a few seconds so you can go gather the items. Okay, let's get started. So first of all, I want you to hold your hands up in the air like this. And tell me how they feel. Hot, warm, or cold? If your hands are hot or cold, what you need to do is get them to room temperature. You can do that by rubbing your hands together, or if they're really hot or cold, you can run them under some water, but make sure it's warm water, and when you're finished, you can dry them off. Now, my hands are at room temperature, or what I would consider warm. So let's start the experiment. Squirt some hand sanitizer in the palm of your hand, about the size of a quarter. Now I want you to rub the sanitizer into your hands as if you were washing your hands. Your hands should look and feel wet. So hold your hands up and tell me, do your hands feel warmer or colder when compared to your dry hands? My hands feel a little cooler than they did from the start. Now we don't have too much time before your hands completely dry, so what I want you to do is wave your hands back and forth in the air to simulate wind. Now how do your hands feel? Warmer or colder than before? My hands feel a lot colder doing this. So let's dry off your hands and I'll explain what's happening and how this relates to wind chill. Well, here's your explanation. Your body is constantly generating heat, and this heat surrounds you and kind of keeps your body warm. So when we started, your hands felt warm. After we put the hand sanitizer on your hands and held them up in the air, they should have felt a little cooler. That's because there is alcohol in the hand sanitizer, and it began to evaporate from your hands. As the alcohol evaporated, it was removing heat from your hands, making your hands feel a little cooler. When we created wind by moving your hands in the air, we increased the rate at which the alcohol was evaporating, which also increased the amount of heat being transferred from your hands. And so, this caused your hands to feel even cooler. So, this evaporation is a cooling process, and adding wind to the picture makes evaporation happen even faster. So, we'll use the same idea to help explain wind chill. And as we said before, your body is constantly generating heat. And if there's wind, it will remove the heat from your body. The more wind, the more the heat is removed. Because of the wind chill and the fact that Antarctica is the windiest and coldest continent, we need to keep our body heat from escaping by wearing protective and windproof layers, so the wind chill won't affect us as much. So you ask a great question, St. John 6th graders, and thanks so much for your concern about keeping me warm.